All right, guys, let's start at the top of our mats. We're going to come into Tadasana. All right, so we want in our Tadasana to be even though it's just a simple pose, we want to be strong here in our Tadasana. So I want you to bring your outer ankles in towards the midline. So you're squeezing your outer ankles in towards the midline, or just lift the kneecaps. And when I do this in my body, I feel complete engagement in my legs. I'm going to draw the shoulders down, palms face the front of the room. So now I have an outer rotation of the hips and an outer rotation of the shoulders. And let's take a few moments in our Tadasana for a breath meditation. So all we're doing here is just simply breathing, nothing fancy. Maybe noticing the sound of the breath is audible. Noticing the chest rising and falling. And then on your next inhale, take your arms up and around, palms will touch, gaze will lift. And on your exhale, let's fold and bow. So we're hinging at the hips. Plant the hands on the floor, having a nice bend in the knees where the belly goes onto the thighs. Send the sit bone high. Release and relax the neck and the head and the shoulders. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Maybe plant the palms on the shins or keep the fingers on the earth. Exhale, we fold. On the next inhale, we root to rise. Take the arms up and around. Palms will touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, this is considered a breath to movement. We have 3 more of these. Inhale, circle your arms up. Palms touch. Exhale as we fold and bow. Coming into that halfway lift, nice flat back here. Exhale, we're folding. Bend the knees deeply. On the inhale, we root to rise, taking up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, we're folding down. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, we're folding. Inhale, root to rise. Take it all the way up. Hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold and bow. Find a nice long extension, creating a flat back. Sit bone going up towards the ceiling, bringing weight into the ball of the feet. Enjoying a nice stretch of the hamstrings and creating length in the spine. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands come to heart center. All right, nicely done. So we're going to move into a version of Sun Salutation A. All right, so we're going to come back to the top of our mat, finding Tadasana. Feeling rooted and strong here. Again, continue to engage those legs by bringing the outer ankles in or just lifting the kneecaps, finding Tadasana. Inhale, circle your arms up. And this time around, let's come into a swan dive. We're going to release the hands and swan dive down, keeping that flat back. Bend the knees. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Now bending the knees deeply, plant the hands. We're going to lunge the right foot back. Pause here, coming into a low lunge. Palms are still on the earth. Lift the kneecap of that right leg to engage the back leg. Exhale, left foot goes back. Nice strong plank here. Option is to always go into a tabletop. All right, so nice strong plank here. However, we will bend the knees for a modified chaturanga. We're shifting the weight forward to bring the shoulders past the wrist. Uncurl the toes where all 10 toe nails are on the earth. And on the count of 4, we work our way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the inhale, coming into a mini cobra, we're bringing the elbows down towards the earth. Chest is lifted, gaze is up. Exhale, drop the forehead down. Curl the toes either into a tabletop or a plank down dog. So in our down dog, we want nice wide fingers. I never want the fingers to be dancing, so it's like you're gripping the earth. Send your sit bone high. Press the body back and down, straighten the legs, draw the heels down towards the earth. Remember, the heels don't have to touch the earth. We're just drawing them down towards the earth. Then bending the knees, we're looking forward. Let's lunge the right foot forward. Pause. Left foot forward. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, we're folding. In the inhale, we root to rise. Heart center. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive. Find that halfway lift, working the hamstrings and lifting the spine. Exhale, we fold. Bend the knees deeply. We're planting the palms. And now we're going to lunge the left foot back. Pause. Lift the kneecap of that left leg to engage the leg. Continue to squeeze everything through the midline. And then we step the right foot back. Strong plank here. We're dropping the knees. We're shifting the weight again for the shoulders go past the wrist. And on the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, mini cobra. Plank, down dog. All right, let's take 3 breaths in our down dog. Breathing here. So a breath is an inhale and an exhale. We have one more here. All right, we're bending the knees deeply. We're looking for send your sit bone high as you step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we root to rise. Palms touch. Interlace the fingers. Find a little steeple with the hands. We're going to come into crescent moon. So bending over to your right side. Keep this left hip dropping down towards the earth and finding your edge here in your crescent moon. Reaching the fingertips up towards the corner of the wall. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other side. Again, keeping down this right hip drawn down. Drawing that fingers, the steeple of the finger, up towards the ceiling, up to the corner. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, nicely done. So we just went through a sun breath, and we went through one round of a classic sun A. So now we're going to move into a version of sun salutation B. That's where we begin and end and chair. So coming into the top of your mat, you probably hear my granddaughter talking. I'm here. My daughter was very nice enough to record this video for us. All right. So come into the top of your mat. The feet are rooted to the earth. Maybe placing your hands on your hips and bending the knees. All right. For me, I like to lift my toes to bring the weight out of my knees. So we're looking for somewhere between J-Lo and a ballerina. We're not necessarily tucking the tailbone, but we're drawing the tailbone down towards the heels. And once that feels good for you and your body, extend the arms up. We're breathing here. Can we sink just a little deeper? Exhale, we're folding, we're hinging, finding that halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Plant the hands, bend the knees deeply. We're going to lunge the right foot back, left foot back. We're going to continue to drop our knees. So dropping the knees for this chaturanga, coming through a vinyasa flow. Shift away forward to 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe this time around we come into cobra. All 10 toenails are on the earth. Draw the elbows down towards the earth. Exhale, forehead goes down, curl the toes, plank, down dog. Breathe in here. All right, so we just lunge the foot forward. We're going to drop this left heel to the earth. And we're bringing this back foot to a 45-degree angle. We're going to walk the legs. You're going to bring your hands to your knees. All right, so again, we want this back foot at a 45-degree angle because we're coming into warrior one. In warrior one, we want a heel-to-heel alignment. So take a look and see if you can do a heel-to-heel alignment. There you go. All right, I'm going to bend this front knee. It's going to be tracking towards the second toe. Squeeze everything to the midline. We're creating a little scissoring action. We want the right hip go back, left hip to go forward. Extend the arms up. Warrior one. Relax the shoulders. Continue to have an outer rotation of the shoulders. Hips are neutral. Keep drawing that heel down towards the earth. And again, I love lifting my kneecaps because it allows complete engagement of the legs. Exhale, we frame the foot. We're going to step back to a strong plank. Flow through a vinyasa, dropping the knees. On a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, mini cobra or cobra. Plank, down dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Now we're lunging the left foot forward. Drop the left heel. Let's walk the leg. Hands on the knee. Gather the foundation. Feeling strong here, feeling rooted. Again, we're finding that scissoring action. Keep drawing the back heel down towards the earth. Front knee is tracking towards the second toe. Once this feels good in your body, extend the arms up for warrior one. Breathing here. Exhale, frame. Step it back to a nice strong plank. Drop the knees, shift the weight forward. Count to 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, mini cobra or cobra. Plank, down dog. All right, so let's make our way into child pose. So let's bring our knees as wide as the mat. Big toes are going to touch. Send your sit bone or your hips back towards the heels. If the forehead does not touch the earth, option is to place your forehead on a block or a pillow, and then just release and relax everything down towards the earth. Continuing to breathe here. One more breath. And then making your way back to downward facing dog. Again, fingers are wide, we're gripping the earth, send the sit bone nice and high. Bend your knees deeply. We're looking to the top of the mat. We're going to step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Find your halfway lift, nice extension of the spine here. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, sink right back down to your chair. Lift those toes. Chest is lifted, gaze is lifted. Tailbone drawing down towards the heels. Hands to heart center, straighten the legs. All right. We're going to find one more round of Sun B, and then we'll make our way into our dancing warrior. All right. Finding Tadasana. Bring the arms up. Slowly sink into your chair. Breathing here. Exhale, we fold. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deeply. We're lunging the left foot back, right foot back. Continue to drop your knees for your chaturanga flow. On the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. We're doing this to work the triceps. Inhale, mini cobra or cobra. Plank, down dog. Bend your knees, we're looking forward, lunge the left foot forward. Drop the back heel. Again, we're looking for a heel-to-heel alignment. Climb the leg. First, become rooted to the earth, feeling stable here, testing our balance a little bit when we're doing a heel-to-heel. This left hip is going back, right hip is going forward. Extend the arms up for warrior 1. Exhale, we frame the foot. Step back to your plank. Now, if you're ready to come into a 4-limb chaturanga, let's do that. So we're going to shift the weight forward, coming up onto the ball of the feet or the tiptoes, and slowly on the count of 4, work your way down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way down. Mini cobra, plank, down dog. Bend your knees a lot. We're going to lunge the right foot forward. Drop the back heel. Climb the leg. Build your foundation. Back foot is at a 45, heel to heel alignment. Right hip is going back, left hip is going forward. Coming into warrior 1. Exhale, frame. Step it back to your plank. Shift the weight forward. And slowly on the count of 4, make your way all the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, mini cobra. Plank, down dog. One more breath here. Bend your knees a lot, looking forward. Let's lunge the feet to the top of the mat. Right foot, left foot, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. And let's make our way back into our chair. Hands to heart center, straighten the legs. Wow, that was a lot. So we've gone through 3 different warm-ups. We did a sun breath, sun A, and a version of sun B. So now we're going to move into our flow, our sequence, which is our dancing warrior. We're going to add a little funkiness to it to make it creative and fun. All right, so coming back to the top of your mat. All right, so we're back here in Tadasana. Again, bringing the outer ankles in, feeling nice and strong in your Tadasana. Inhale, take the arms up. Palms are facing one another. We're going to go back into that chair pose. Breathing here. One more breath here. Exhale, we fold. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Bend the knees a lot. The option here is just to step or hop the feet back to a plank. Upward facing dog, if you're ready for that. Downward facing dog. All right. We're going to bring the right knee to the chest. Shift the weight forward as you step the right foot in between the hands, coming into our high crescent lunge. Again, option is to climb the leg. Lift the kneecap, we're on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, take the arms up. Breathing here. I'm squeezing everything into the midline. Really making this an active pose. So finding stillness, we're going to bring this left arm back and we're going to bring this right arm forward. So continue to draw this shoulder back, right? Palms are facing out in front of the room. Gaze is in front of you. On the exhale, we're going to bring this right arm back. We're going to circle the arms as we drop the knee. So on the inhale, bring the left arm forward, right arm back as you drop the back knee. Inhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm back as you lift the knee. Let's try that once more. Inhale, left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Drop the knee. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Lift the knee. And then plant that right foot. Maybe heel toe that foot in a little bit because we're going to find warrior warrior two. So in our warrior two, I mentioned in warrior one, there is a heel to heel, but in warrior two, we want a heel to arch alignment. So take a look at the foot, find that heel to arch alignment. Bringing the chest out, stacking the hips, arms come out. Now this front knee, instead of tracking the second toe, is going to track the third or fourth toe. We're opening the hip. We're going to take our gaze in front of us and beyond. Breathing here. Making our first dancing warrior more of a static dancing warrior. So believe it or not, our asana practice can be meditation. Most people think that you need to sit on a pillow or be in a cross-legged position in order to do meditation. But just the breath to movement alone can be complete meditation. All right, so let's reverse our warrior. Keep that knee lifted, really reaching back. Keep a bend to that front knee. Back to warrior two. We're going to come into side angle, bringing this right arm onto the right leg. This left arm tricep goes beside the ear, reaching forward. So there's a nice extension from heel to hip to shoulders all the way through the fingertips. Relax the shoulder, reaching up. Side core brings you back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Step back to that strong plank. Continue whatever version of vinyasa you want. Chaturanga if you choose. Four limbs. Upward facing dog this time around. Down dog. So now we're going to lunge the left foot forward. Drop the back heel, making our way to warrior two on the left side. So again, look for that heel to heel alignment. Back foot can be parallel or in a warrior one position. Build your foundation. Feel strong here before we bring the arms out. Front knee tracking towards the second and third toe. Arms come out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Relax the shoulders. Gaze goes out in front of you and beyond. So we have aligned, we built the pose, stabilized, we're building muscle in the legs, and elongate because we're taking up space. Once these three elements are found, are you breathing from a relaxed body? All right, we're going to circle that arm back up, coming into lunge. Exhale, frame the foot, stepping back to downward facing dog. Now lunge the right foot forward, coming back to warrior two here. Do all the things, and then just settle in here. Breathing here. All right, coming up onto the ball of the foot, coming back to your lunge. Exhale, reframe. Step it back to your plank, down dog. Drop the knees. Coming into child pose. 3 breaths here. Two more breaths. All right, coming back to downward dog. Now let's work our modified warrior, dancing warrior on the left side. All right, now we're gonna lunge the left foot forward. Coming into your lunge, like I mentioned, maybe walking, climbing the leg. Build your foundation. Lift the back kneecap of that right leg. Squeeze everything to the midline for engagement of the legs. Once this feels good to you, take the arms up high. Palms are facing one another. All right. So we're going to find that motion again of dropping the knee and circling the arms front and back. So on the exhale, take your left arm back. As you drop the back knee. All right. So on the inhale, circle that right arm up, left arm back. Do that once more. Inhale, arm up. Right arm goes back. Inhale. Inhale, circle the arms up, coming into your warrior two. Breathing here, building your foundation. Feeling nice and strong. Reverse your warrior. Keep tracking that left leg over the pinky finger, the pinky toe. Reaching. Warrior two. Coming into your side warrior, your side angle. Again, now feel that extension from heel to hip to shoulder on the left side. Side core lifts you up, warrior two. Cartwheel the arms down. Step back to a plank. And then just slowly rolling into your chaturanga and making your way down to a vinyasa flow. Breathing here. Exhale, bring your knees down to the earth. Coming into a classic sun salutation. Knees are together, feet are together. Now take your hands behind your back. Option is to always grab a block and rest your forehead on the block. Breathing here. All right, inhale, coming up. Remove that block. All right, so we're going to just shift the weight to one side, bring your feet out in front of you. All right, we're going to come into a supported bridge or just bridge. So if you have a block nearby or a pillow, you can stack pillows, that'll be great too. All right, soles of the feet are on the earth. Take your hands behind the knees and slowly work your way onto your back. Lift your hips up high. Take those pillows or a block underneath the hip and release the sacrum right on top of the block. Draw the shoulders down, palms up. Breathing here. Eyes can be closed or gaze can be at the ceiling. Continue breathing here. Inhale, lift the hips up, remove the block. Drop the hips back down towards the earth. We want to come into figure four. So you want to bring your right ankle on top of your left knee, right ankle on top of the left knee. And you're going to thread the needles. You're going to bring the hands in between the left leg and draw that left knee towards the chest. And keep pressing maybe that right hip to open. Just a nice, nothing, just gentle, nothing fancy here. Just a gentle little press as you draw the knee towards the chest. Breathing here. Both feet are flexed. Be proud of yourself for completing your yoga practice. This is a great way to start a home practice, just these few things that we've done today. Again, like I've said, we did a breath to movement, 2 different variations of Sun B, and we did 1 version of a modified dancing warrior, which are all great warm-up poses before you start an intense workout or a deeper yoga practice where you're building strength. Exhale, release that left foot down. Drop the right foot down to the earth. Let's bring down the left ankle on top of the right knee. Thread the needle. Draw that right knee into the chest. Maybe taking the elbow to open up the hip if it's comfortable. So I know Sharon Baroff also did a yoga video, and she mentioned that her class was great for when you've done an intense practice or cardio or strength training. So my suggestion would be to start my practice as a good warm-up, do a nice strength training or intense workout, and end with Sharon Baroff's gentle yoga. Breathing here. 1 more breath. Exhale, drop the foot, and let's bring both knees into the chest. Bring the forehead to the knees, creating a little V. Rocking side to side. Now let's come into complete relaxation. Draw the right heel to the earth, left heel to the earth, right, left, you get it. Shoulders on the earth. Nice long spine. If you're having any lower back issues, the option is to bring blocks underneath the knees as the feet go out as wide as the mat. If you have a pillow, a rag, or of some sort, you can place it over your eyes. And come into complete relaxation. Slowly bringing movement into your body. Removing any props out of the way. Drawing your knees back into your chest. Turning over to the left or the right side into a fetal position. Slowly lifting up to easy seat. Eyes are still closed, hands at heart center. Yogis, it has been a pleasure to practice with you today. Namaste.